What's up, YouTube? Welcome to more trades. So Bitcoin has finally broken out of that diamond pattern that I was saying it's a reversal pattern, and the measured move for that reversal pattern, as I've given it before, it's around this should be the measured move, and our breakout was somewhere around here. Around 21,200. If I go to another chart, this is Bitstamp, this is Binance futures. So this was a top, take it to the bottom, and the breakout would be around 21,259. So if you look at that 21,259, it will bring us so close to the 1.618 fib retracement for the move down. I mean, it would be a fib extension if we took it from here, from the FOMC wick, and we went down. That fib retracement, I'll get rid of it. Let me just hide this and hide that. All right, the fib retracement will bring us up to the, well, it's a fib extension, will bring us up to 21,431. We also have the value area high for this entire range from August. If it's from August 20th or 19th till today, so our value area high is there, then we could have a pump all the way there. If we're able to take the value area high and break the 20,700, 750, we could be going to higher targets. The essential target is 21,250. However, we could really come down, as this is insufficiency. There's overextension. There are vector candles, high volume candles that we didn't consolidate. We just pumped up. This is on the hourly chart. So I would keep an eye on those levels. 20,750, 2,500 is very important, but it seems that we went so impulsively. There is a chance we could continue. Volume has died out a bit, but it's during consolidation, so that's all right. If we go to the Bitstamp chart, I would like to show you something else. I could still stick to the same chart. Switch this indicator off and that. And if I take the VWAP indicator, if we use a VWAP from TradingView, anchored VWAP, for some reason it's not loading at the moment. I'm not sure why it isn't. Let's change the time frame to a smaller one. Okay. Okay, I'll get rid of it here, and I'll do it manually. I'll take the anchored VWAP from the pandemic lows. will be March 2020. There you go. Okay, our anchored VWAP would be around here, and the blue line is the VWAP, and we have the upper band, which is green, and the lower band. So on the weekly, the VWAP is at 30,748, and on the daily, our VWAP is at the same level. Let's look at the 4 hourly. Does it change with time frames? It seems it doesn't change with time frames. Slightly. On the 1 hourly is at 28,726. If we go to the 15 minute, the smallest time frame, it's currently at 21,104. I like trading off the 15 minute for entries. I could go to smaller time frames, but the 15 minute, I look for the indicators to show me trend change. At the moment, we had slowdown in momentum. We had a small bearish divergence, but nothing big, so I don't take it off small time frames, divergences, and I don't trade them. And we're above the 0.5, the one-to-one retracement of this FOMC, so we're using it as support. As you can see, it's significant support over here. You have this whole order block over here. So that is strong support and strong resistance until we can break above the 20,500. We have another spot over here between 20,700. Then you can see we have this insufficiency that we might just go up. This is on the 15 minute, so you can barely see consolidation. Obviously on the hourly, you won't even see any consolidation. Look at that, it's just straight down. So I doubt it will hold. If we're able to break the 2,500, I think we could easily come to 21,400 or 21. We could come to that VWAP and possibly get rejected, or we could go all the way up to recover this insufficiency at 22,800. It's very possible for Bitcoin to do that anytime. Want to show you something. The breakout of the triangle of the diamond pattern was right over here. 27 September, 3 a.m. That was today, just with the daily candle open. And if we go to this chart, I had fib time incoming. We had, it's incoming in a few hours. My fib time is coming tonight, and that's in like 7 hours, about 7 hours, more or less. And we have Fed Chair Powell speaking in around 45 minutes. So you might see some volatility as he speaks. Let's look at what events we have today. Today, Fed Chair Powell speaks, in 43 minutes. And then CB consumer confidence. So if this comes out high, it tells you that people are still spending money, and it's good for the dollar, bad for the market. That means they need to get to control inflation. They need to make people spend less, and that's how they do it, somehow slowing it down. Wednesday, we won't have any big news. Bullard speaks on that day, so maybe some. Thursday, we have the GDP month-on-month for the CAD. That will be clearly affected with oil prices. As oil goes down, the CAD goes down, and the US dollar rises. And on Friday, we have the core PCI price index. So we need to be aware of these levels. Let's look at where we are with the EMEs. Actually, I want to check something else. Have we got any buy signal on the hourly? We had a buy signal over here, a long at around 19,000, but on the 4-hourly nothing yet, since we didn't get something new on the hourly. On the hourly it was long from yesterday, sorry, at around, the low was 19,000, 18,966. That was the low of that candle, and we went up. On the 4-hourly, we haven't got any buy signals yet. That will happen once it's 8 and 13 and the 21 cross the 55 and the next candle opens and closes above it. So that would be a buy signal, but unfortunately when that happens, especially when you are in a bounded range or correction, it might be short-lived. You might go long, and that will end up being the time you're supposed to be shorting. So on Binance chart, same thing. So yeah, we have the FOMC chair Jerome Powell speaking today. We had the breakout from the diamond pattern, which is a reversal, and we have fib levels and VWAP to be aware of. The VWAP is at 21, which matches with more or less the measured move of this breakout. So you have two confluences over there. So just keep an eye on 20,535 and 20,535 and 20,000 around this range. Where this range, I have two lines. Why do I have two lines? I plotted them so long ago, I can't remember. Why do I have both lines? Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, this purple line was essentially, we were in a range at the moment over here. I thought it's going to be a respected channel, but I can get rid of that. The white line is just a significant level of consolidation, resistance, support, 20,700. Then the next level to watch for is around here, and where we have our VWAP around the 21,200 to 21,400. I'll just leave it over there. That's to the upside. Our level of support now would be at around 19,300. It would be a good level of support since we consolidated around that range for a long time. And that will coincide with our 0.618 retracement. However, we can't use that for the way down. So if we say we topped out right now over there, we go from the low to the high. Our 0.618 is 18,963. So I'll have another support level over here to keep an eye on. And those are my levels for now. If we even go deeper, then it would be this descending trend line, 18,277. Now if we go to another chart, I might have some extra levels to be aware of. Obviously 19,692 was a strong level. Whenever we move through it, we move with aggressive candles. If we come in with weak candles, then you know that we might bounce off it. But moving through it is usually with big green candles or big red candles down, like this one. And this one we move down. And this one, big green breakout. So we don't move through it easily. There's a big consolidation there, 19,692. It was a big resistance over here. And now we're above it. It could be very strong support if we're able to hold it, 19692. Obviously it won't be perfect. We might do this kind of choppy range. As you see over here, we wicked above it. Over here we wicked once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, 6. We've been wicking it, but we didn't break it. Eventually we broke it. It was sort of in a triangle formation, which is usually bullish, I think. Yeah, descending triangle. But look at what happened. We got a fake out and then a pump up. And in triangles, you do get them a lot. The fake outs to one side and then we break to the original side. But how long will the fake out be? And that's unknown. Now looking at other coins, Ethereum, what levels is Ethereum on? Next level of resistance, 1406 for me, for Ethereum. I'm not looking at anything else. I know this level is significant, 1380, but for me to even consider trading it, I wanted to come here and fail to go short, or a touch of this again and I'll go long. You could look at this as your next support. You have a next support level over here, 1331, or 1320 is even better. We held that for a while. And your level of resistance in Ethereum, 1406. Solana, on the other hand, let me take a look. Solana, on the other hand, also had a breakout. And if Solana continues up, we got rejected at the value area high and we're back testing it again of this range from August. Just like Bitcoin, we have a range value profile from 19 August. We broke above this volume profile of the smaller range, but at the moment we're testing the value area high of that range. And if we're able to break out, I think Solana 38.9 is very easy because we have a big insufficiency over here on the hourly. We are at some level of support and resistance, as you can see. The Dow Jones, on the other hand, the Dow Jones has been tanking. Today it's green, so when Dow Jones and the markets are green, expect more upside. If you see the Dow Jones is up 500 points, then know you'll be having significant upside for Bitcoin. At the moment it's at 289. The Nasdaq also recovering. It's at some sort of double bottom, triple bottom, irregular head and shoulders, whatever you want to name it. It's in a reversal pattern. How long? Probably till here, till 30,000 if it gets there. The Nasdaq, on the other hand, could come up to 11.8, 11.400, or right over there. That's its resistance. The SPY hasn't opened yet, but if the SPY opens, we might go up and try to fill this gap at 373, which would be resistance on the hourly. The total market, crypto market cap is, or could be, in same as Bitcoin in a breakout of sort of a diamond formation. We are at resistance for it, and could see a retracement, or if it has some juice in its tank, a small retracement, then continuation to the upside. We are close to the 800 EMA on the 1 hourly. The EMAs are curling down on the 15-minute. We are sort of consolidating. The total 2, this is the total 2 excluding Bitcoin. All crypto excluding Bitcoin, same thing. We had a breakout and we are above all moving averages for the total 3, which are all crypto except Bitcoin and Ethereum. The total 2, same thing, we're above all moving averages. The VIX was very high yesterday, and when the VIX is high, you buy. As in, when the VIX is high, everything will drop. And we are at its high average daily range, and we could see a retracement. It is in an ascending channel, tested the bottom. We could come up, retest this. Testing the top is way far off. It's really bad for markets if we go up to those levels. But I could expect us to go higher than last week's high, and maybe then move down. And once it starts moving down, that means things are getting high. Prices are going up. Filecoin. Filecoin is, it hasn't done much. I've noticed these past few days. Filecoin, Ethereum Classic have been sort of laggy. So I have these zones for Filecoin that I'm watching to enter and exit trades. We have broken out of this 5.52, tested it. You had several chances to go in, tested once, twice, 3 times, confirmation. We might be going up. Our trading, let's look at that. We are above all EMAs. If the 13 also crosses this 800 EMA, that will be even further high upside to the upside. Everything is mostly at the high average daily range, and usually at the high average daily range you would say, okay, the asset has moved its maximum for the day, so you would expect a retracement. Not necessarily. We've seen Bitcoin exceeding its daily range and other cryptos. Filecoin, Ethereum Classic, more or less the same thing. Range bound, look at that, hasn't done much compared to what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin's already at the 1-to-1 extension of this FOMC wick. Ethereum Classic is below its value area low since August. The value area low that is charted from August 20th. We are there. We are below the value area low. So a retest of this would make sense, and a possible rejection, go back down if the markets want to go down. But we need to break above this level as a start, 30.92. Chili's is trading, look at that, really nice. You could almost count 5 waves. I think you can count 5 waves in here, and we could be in our final 5th wave. Let me take a quick trend base fib. From the low, that was 1. If this whole thing was a 3, so this could be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull back for 2. This is a very shallow 2. If this small movement was 1 and this was 2, we went up and pulled back for 2. Then we had a 3rd wave that took us up all the way here, and our 4th came down here. Then our 5th wave. This is our 5th wave. It has overshot all extensions that are essentially for a 5th wave. So I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'm looking at a 1, a big 1, a 2, and this is a 3. So if that's the case, if that was 1, then 1 ended over here. That's a huge 1. And 2 ended here. Then the 3rd wave could go up. It's never the shortest, so it will be at least longer than 2 at the moment, so it could go up as high as a 0.618 or the 0.786 for Chili's. EOS, the 1.305 is a good level to look for shorts. We are not there at the moment. I think it's over here, 1.305. I had that in my chart. I don't have it anymore, but Chili's is also not showing much of bullishness compared to Bitcoin and the rest. The chart is obviously different, but we had a 1-2. This could be a third wave, a fourth wave, and this down is a fifth as a 1-2-3. This is a fourth, maybe one more leg down. This is Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. It's also breaking out. The pound looks like it wants to make a recovery today with small weakness on the dollar. I doubt the dollar will be weak today. I don't think so. The US dollar, the measured move from here could take us up to the 114, which we're already done. My next targets are the 115 and 118. Those are just levels of high demand. The next levels of demand on the US dollar. You look here, you go to the chart. I have this level, 115. We can see there is a wick, a demand wick over there. And we have another horizontal line over here, 120. We might stall over here at 118 and have a pullback, but I'll just put it over here. That would be a good spot. Now going back to Bitcoin, I know it's tempting to trade Bitcoin at the moment, as it looks like it's kind of overextended, but be careful, it might have some juice in the tank and we might have a bit more to the upside. Pre-Powell's speech. Powell is about to speak in 24 minutes. So if Powell sounds hawkish, that would be good for the dollar, bad for the market. Just be careful when you're trading. You never know when the markets will turn. For a long entry, it's a bit too late to enter right now, but there's always other opportunities. You wait for the pullback, and if the pullback doesn't look so impulsive, and say you have low volume, and if you have low volume, pullback is not really impulsive, is kind of creeping down, then you could chance a long wind once you have hit and confirmed support. This is on the 15-minute. This is Bitcoin's open interest on Binance. You can see on the move up, open interest has been rising, not much liquidation. This is money coming into the market. You don't see this kind of thing when money is leaving the market. Or this kind of thing when you're moving up and you get red candles, there's liquidation, money leaving the market, of people taking profit. At the moment, looks like you're getting more orders coming in. This is on the hourly. So if you see a liquidation move as we move up, open interest goes down, then you know people are getting liquidated or stopped out. CVD on the hourly. Market's moving up and CVD is moving up, no divergence there. So if you see the CVD, if market is moving in one direction and CVD is moving in the other direction, that tells you the CVD, the majority of people are trying to move market in one direction, but the market is moving in another direction. That means possibly big players are absorbing the demand for the small or the retail, and they're going in the opposite direction. ATR. Let's look at our ATR on the hourly. We're still quite low. We usually have a spike up when we have a movement, a big move. We're still low. We still have the ability to move, to have another big move. It's not overextended in the ATR. It's still fine. It looks like Bitcoin is going to try to go to the value area high or to these targets. It would be great if Bitcoin can go back up to 22,100, 22,700, and then we could have some nice entry opportunities, because at the moment I can't find an entry for Bitcoin, either long or short, unless I get a rejection from a resistance or support, as I showed you the VWAP where it is at the moment. We could have some interesting moves coming, but we just need to be patient. There'll always be another trade. Yeah, I mean, I've looked at a number of coins. If you have any requests for coins, just let me know. But that's my analysis for Bitcoin, Ethereum. We went through Chile's Filecoin, DXY, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and what else we did? We did Solana. Oh yeah, one more I want to look at, Cake. Let's look at Cake token. Cake token is just ripping up today. What are the next zones of interest for Cake? Cake broke out of this formation, a triangle, and yeah, that's a big one. So if I take a measured move for Cake, that's insane. From the top, I'll put it right over here because I like this triangle better. I'll take the trend line from this peak. Yeah, Cake could even, I don't know if anyone trades Cake. There's not much of volume. You can see the gaps in the chart. Cake, the breakout was over here, the fake out, then we went back in. Cake could go up to $6.50. It's crazy. I remember Cake at $40, way up here. What's wrong with this chart? It's on because it's on capital.com, but I remember Cake when it was way up. Could we see that again? Cake at $40 or even higher? It's a possibility, but yeah, this would be a good pump from Cake if we go all the way up there. We are at a demand zone, I mean a supply zone over here, so it could be a possible small rejection if we're not going to continue higher. Unless we break through, then we have, what can you say? We could come here, 5.8, and continue higher to this level, 7.5, 7.5, and so on. Alright, that's my analysis. If you like the videos, hit the likes, subscribe to the channel, and click your notifications so you don't miss out on any